My name's Natalie Craven and I'm Public Programmes Officer at the RCP Museum, and I'm here to guide the conversation this evening to hopefully highlight some of the aspects of portraiture that continue to fascinate us: symbolism, composition, capturing a personality, and the very act of making a portrait itself. Before I introduce tonight's speakers, I'd also like to say a few votes of thanks. Thank you to my colleagues in the Library, Archive and Museum Department and the Museum Volunteer Team for supporting tonight's event. Our Head of Directorate, Nick Samuels, Harveian Librarian Simon Bowman, and Head of Department, Julie Beckwith and Kristin Hussey, for giving me almost free rein to put together the museum's public programme for the RCP 500th anniversary. And of course, thank you very much to tonight's speakers for being here: Liz Rideal, Paul Benney and Jessica van der Weert. Thank you also to Nicholas Quinby from Paul Benney Studios. What we're going to do is hear a short presentation from each speaker, and then we'll gather at the end before opening the conversation out to you. We'll also hear a few words after Paul's presentation from RCP President Professor Jane Dacre, who we're delighted is with us this evening and has hot-footed it back from York. Jane is the subject of Paul Benney's latest commission that will be shown for the first time publicly this evening, which is very exciting. So I think you agree, quite an ambitious programme for tonight on what is the vast subject of portraiture, but I hope by the end we'll have shared some insights about the unrelenting human desire to make images of ourselves and each other. So in order of appearance tonight, Liz Rideal is an artist, writer and reader in fine art at the Slade School, UCL London. Since 1985, she has had 50 solo exhibitions in both public and private art galleries across Europe and America, 5 catalogue publications and 20 public commissions. Her artwork is held in collections including the Tate, Victorian Albert Museum, British Museum, Natural Portrait Gallery, the Vancouver Art Museum, Museet for Fotokunst, Denmark, and the Yale Centre for British Art in the USA. She received a Leverhulme Fellowship in 2016, a British Academy grant to work in India in 2011, and a scholarship by the British School at Rome in 2008. She is author of numerous publications on portraiture, including Insights, Self-Portraits, How to Read Painting, and is co-author of Madame and Eve, Women Portraying Women, which I believe is just out this week. Being waved in front of you now. And she's also written the revised introduction of Phaidon's 500 self-portraits, also being waved at you now. Artist Paul Benney has lived and worked in the UK and US and is represented in public and private collections around the world, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York, the National Gallery, Australia, National Portrait Gallery, as well as prominent private collections. Also one of the country's leading portrait artists, he has painted many prominent cultural and political figures, twice winning the Public Choice Award in the BP Portrait Award. Benney exhibited a large-scale installation, Speaking in Tongues, in the 57th Venice Biennale at the Chapel of San Gallo in Venice. And as a side note, the work of Paul's father, Gerald Benney, a notable silver and goldsmith, is part of our museum collection and can be viewed downstairs on the low ground floor in the treasures room. Finally, photographer Jessica van der Weert has become well known for her use of bold colour, meticulous eye for detail and creative composition with her subject matter, resulting in a unique mini-film approach to photography and storytelling. With a career of over 25 years in the industry that has seen her shoot many people who have significantly contributed to British history and culture, especially those in the music industry. Her work has been displayed in galleries across the UK and Europe, including work held in the National Collection at the Rijksmuseum in the Netherlands. Commercially, van der Weert has been commissioned to shoot campaigns for Cancer Research UK, Ray-Ban, Vodafone, British Heart Foundation, Mary Curie and Adidas. This evening, Jessica will share her experience of photographing doctors in Africa, supporting the RCP fundraising initiative Physicians for Africa with the East Central and Southern Africa College of Physicians, and its ambitious goals to double the number of physicians being trained in the region by 2025. So I'd now like to welcome Liz Rideal to make her presentation.